Welcome everyone, my name is Nicole and I just filmed earlier our kind of more relaxing mellow class for the week, but I'm still feeling pretty inspired, so I was like, you know what, I might as well do an energetic practice. So if you're here for that, this is the energetic practice for the week. We'll just see, check the timestamp. I'm thinking maybe 30-40 minute class here. We'll just try to get the energy rising and do all the things. So let's go ahead and begin seated. And root down through your sitting bones. Engage your core lightly. Roll those shoulders down your back. Rest your hands on your thighs. Let's begin breathing deeply in through the nose and out the nose. Just a few more rounds. See if you can focus solely on your breath right now. How it feels entering the nose, the exhale, the expansion in the body on the inhale, and contraction on the exhale. And then those inhaler fingers to the sky, get nice and tall. Exhale, twist to the right, look over your right shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist the other way. Look over your left shoulder. And just flow here. Inhaling. And exhaling. And inhale through center. Really reach and let the fingers drop down. Reach your right fingers off, and then arc the left hand up and over. Really press down with that right bottom hand to help create a little arch. You can look up, kind of just below that elbow, where you could rest your head down always if your neck bothers you. Inhale through center, reach off the other way and up and over with your right hand. Inhale, come on up. Beautiful. Let's move around onto all fours now. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a moment to do a few cat-cows, continue our warm-up here. Make sure your fingers are all spreading bright and active. As your base, you always want to pay a little extra attention to them. Pull in through your core, round behind the back of the heart, drop your head. Really pressing down with those hands. And then for cow, drop the belly. Tip the tailbone down and away with the hands, chin lifts. And just rock back and forth a few rounds here. And then come to neutral. And we're gonna curl the back toes under, lift the knees, send the hips back towards your feet, and then the hips high to the sky. Walk, pedal out the feet here if you like. It's also the day I'm filming that lunar eclipse tonight. Releasing old patterns. So since I forgot to set the intention for the class, maybe right now you set the intention and just, bring it to mind that you like to release any stuck patterns that you have in your life right now. And let it be infused with the eclipse. All right. Come up on the ball of the back foot. Begin to roll forward. Knee and a navel step through. These step throughs can always be made a little more accessible with blocks. This gives you a little more space to get that leg through. Or you can just kind of take a few steps together. However, turn your back heel in Engage your legs, kind of squeezing them together as if maybe you needed to hold a cup or something between them. Right? Engaged. And then inhale, come on up, warrior one. The right leg in front. Fingers to the sky, sinking down in the hips. Front thighs rolling out, so when you look down, you can see your big toe. Pelvis is sort of off at a little more of an angle here. They used to teach it that you square really sharply over this leg, but that's just not really necessary. Do whatever you want. And then interlace the fingers behind the low back, shrug the shoulders up, down, shift your torso forward. And then from here, either drop the head down towards the inside of the foot, bringing the wrist overhead. If you want, you can also just bring the fingertips off at an angle off your mat. Inhale, pull back up through warrior one. And then exhale over your front leg. Step it into plank. Pause at the top, take a breath in. Take a few breaths. Keeping that core engaged, really pressing down. Don't collapse in the shoulders, but be pressing down with the hands so strong. Sort of get a little poof in the back of the heart, right? Like there. Can lower the knees if you like. And then kind of shift forward with those toes. Hug the elbows in. Lower all the way down. Hands under shoulders. Inhale. Baby cobra, no arms. Take a few breaths. Rising on the inhale. Slight sinking on the exhale. And then hands under shoulders, toes curl under. Push up. Exhale. Back in the downward dog. Just a couple breaths before we do the other side. Now, left toes to the sky, coming up on the ball of the back foot, knee and the navel, shifting forward, stepping through. And then turn your back heel down. Engage those legs. Squeeze, lift, come on up. Warrior one on the left side. Sinking, rolling out, big toe. Pressing energy strongly at the back heel. Now interlace the fingers behind the low back. Shrug those shoulders up and down. Shift forward. And then bring the wrists up and overhead. Or off at an angle, pressing down. And inhale. Come on up. Warrior one. Exhale back over that front leg. Stepping into plank. Pausing. Now we're going to do 3 push-ups. Alrighty. Exhale down. Inhale, push up. 2 more. Beautiful. Now rock the feet, the heels to the right. Shift the weight on your left hand. Right hand comes up and sweeps over, back into plank hands, and then rotate the heels to the right. And then the left hand sweeps up and around, back into plank hands. And a few more rounds. Inhaling and exhaling. And plank. Lower the knees, separate them wide as the mat, toes touch. Send your hips back towards your heels for a moment for child's pose. Rest the forehead down. Take a few breaths, catch your breath. Now, come back to all fours. Now bring the forearms down. And release those fingers. You want your elbows under your shoulders for nice support. And then same thing with the push-up, right? You don't want to be collapsing through the back of the heart. Press down strongly away. And if you feel like you're losing that, when you get into the postures and stuff, right, you don't have to stay as long as I stay or as anyone else stays. Like, if you start to lose the integrity, then that's where the injury is going to happen. So, work that edge, but don't be trying to do a whole bunch with a collapsed posture. All right, pressing down, curl those toes under. We're here for Dolphin, so, flip those knees and those hips high, walk your feet in. Core is super engaged. Forearms pressing down a whole bunch. And then we're going to inhale right toes to the sky. Exhale down. Left toes, inhale up. Exhale down. A few more rounds. Inhale. Last time on the left. And then walk it out in a forearm plank for a few more breaths. Got this. And then go ahead and lower the belly down. Rest your forehead on your hands for a moment. You sway the hips gently side to side. And then we're going to interlace the hands behind the low back. Check out those shoulders. Pick them up. Pull the fists to the back of the mat. As your chest lifts, toes lift, locust. Breathing. More breath. And then you can release down. Rest your forehead on your hands once more. Take a couple more breaths. And then hands under shoulders. Curl those toes under. Press up and back into downward dog again. Hips high, hands active, and pressing down and away. You can walk it out. Or you can shift your heels side to side. Access a little different place in your legs. Stretch. And then step that right foot through between your hands. Keep it in low lunge here. And then lower the back knee. Uncurl your toes. Press through the front heel. Send your right hip back. Little half splits. Drop the head. A few breaths. Now, shift forward. And then you want to open that front leg off a little more to the edge of the mat. Some wrists, hands under shoulders still. Or you can begin to come down onto your forearms, pulling that knee into your body. So it's not just hanging out, always active. And then you can always make it more active by lifting the back knee, curling those back toes over and lifting the back knee. But you could choose. Maybe you want a little more restful pose right now. And then inhale, let's come back up if you've come down on your forearms. Start to shift the weight a little more into the left side. Into that left hand. Kick the back foot in. And then you can lasso it if you can't reach. And then press away, like creating that bow-like tension. Go over that shoulder. And then now, instead of keeping the tension, we're going to draw that heel into your bum. You can feel stronger stretch on the front of that left leg now, possibly. And then go ahead and release. We're going to lift the back knee, and we're going to prepare to move to the other end of the mat. So turning, pausing at the long edge, toes slightly pointed in. Inhale, lift your heart halfway, and then exhale, forward fold here. And it's a great time to just release the head, the jaw, the neck. You know, keep engagement in the legs and the core, but sometimes we hold tension in our face and jaw. We don't really need to. Inhale, halfway look up, and then continue to turn all the way to the back of the mat. Dropping the back knee, pressing into half splits. So that left hip pulls back with the right. And then you're pressing down strongly with that front heel. Pulling your heart chin forward. Exhale, drop the head. A few breaths. And shift forward. When you open the foot off to the edge of the mat, bring the wrists under the shoulders. Remember, you can make this posture more active by lifting the back knee, curling the toes under and lifting the back knee, or be a little more relaxed with that foot down and the knee down. And if you want to come on your forearms, you can. Keep hugging the knee into the body. And then come on up. If you've come down, and then we're going to start to shift the weight a little more to the right. Weight in the right hand, kicking the back foot in, reaching or lassoing it, and then kicking away. So you're getting that bow tension, looking over that shoulder. A few breaths. And then go ahead, release the back leg. Oh, wait, no, grab it again. Now we're release the tension and just pull that heel more into your bum. Keep breathing. Notice how they're slightly different, right? With the pressing away, and then as you draw it in, the different intensity. All right, go ahead and release. And lift the back knee. Walk through all the way. Keep going back to the front of the mat. Step into plank. Just lower the knees. So we're in table now. And extend your right fingers, left toes. Really reach far away from one, like you really feel the extension, right? And then curl in, press away. Curling in, press away. And then stay extended. Kick the back foot in, reach that right hand around, and then kick up once more. That bow again. And then come on out. We're going to do the other side. So, right toes, left fingers. Really reaching so you feel nice and extended. And then curl in and press out. Beautiful. Kick the back foot in, reach around, and kick up. Your chest squares to the short edge of the mat. And then go ahead and come on out. Beautiful. Go ahead and sit back on your heels. And then we're going to come up. Knees are going to be under hips. And you can bring your hands out in front of you. And we're tucking the tail here in this posture. Hands out, which we don't normally encourage the natural curve. But pull, engage that lower core. Hands out. And then like a board, float back. And now come up. Back. Just a few more. Beautiful. Now we're going to come down, sit in Virasana. And so the knees come together and then the booty comes between the feet. The feet are out to the side. And you could sit up on a block as you work your pelvis down. We're flicking those toenails strongly into the mat. And I maybe want to lean back here onto your forearms. And you can also lay all the way down as well. And come on up. Keep your left foot in Virasana. We're going to take the right foot out. Grab the ball of the foot. And then you could start here. And what we don't want to do is be collapsing like this. So you not press the hands into the feet and feet into the hands to really help you stay nice and tall on the spine. And then begin to straighten, keeping the length in the spine. And then if anything, the elbows start to bend and you come closer without this, but a few more breaths. Beautiful. Go ahead and lay that leg long. And now forward fold with the leg on the floor. And go ahead and come on up, and we're going to switch. So the left leg is going to come out, and then we're going to draw the right foot back into half Virasana here. Flicking those toes into the mat. Nice and lifted posture. Hands to the ball of the foot. You start here. Really pressing foot into hands, hands into foot, and then maybe extending taller over time. And then go ahead, release the leg down flat. And then forward fold. Beautiful. Go ahead and come on up. Take your right leg out. And then we're going to bring your fingertips behind you, facing you. We're going to press up, reverse table, and then exhale down. Press up, exhale down. One more press up. Beautiful. Now, you can shift forward into yogi squat, or you can come to stand and come down, however you want to get here. And you can also use a block to help stabilize you. So, digging their elbows in here. So you can help. So everything about this makes you kind of like feel curled in. So press the palms together. Begin to press those elbows into your legs. Lift the heart. Lift your chin. Take a few breaths. You want to sway a little here on the feet and the knees side to side. All right, you could stay here, or if you want to keep digging in to the knees, to kind of the outer edge of your armpits here, and then the hands. Right, you really want to get a little grip going here. I don't know, I'm kind of sweaty. We'll see how this works out. And straightening those arms, right? Hugging those knees in, coming up on the balls of the feet. And really engage the core. We're going to lift off, shift slightly forward, and maybe just pull one foot in at a time. We'll go for both. Breathing. And then go ahead and come on out. Beautiful job. Sit back on your bum. And extend the legs wide. Take time to roll each thigh out. Your hands out. And then just like help you engage your core a little bit here. Let's sway side to side. And then you can keep your fingertips behind you right here. We're beginning to move forward. Keep breathing. Send that breath into any sensational places you're feeling. And then staying low or where you are, begin to twist over your right leg. And then staying low, you walk back through center and over your left leg. And then back through center. Come on up. And then very gently lean back, hands on your knees. Bring them together to come on out. And we're going to prepare to lay down onto our backs now. We're going to do a bridge. There are a few bridges. Or a bridge and two wheels. How about that? Or you could do 3 bridges, however you want to do it here. But we're going to do a bridge first. We're going to set the stage here. So take a moment, lightly roll each shoulders under before we even begin anything. And if you have tight shoulders or really muscular, maybe like grab each side of the mat like you're tearing it apart. Feel your chest begin to lift. And then from here, press your hips up, back of the head rooted. And then maybe interlace the fingers behind the low back and roll the shoulders under once again. And then here you can lift the toes, and if you want to engage the backs of the legs, your glutes more, you can not actually lifting your feet, but like pretend you're going to kick yourself in the butt, but like you can't actually lift your feet off the ground, and feel that activation. And then relax for a moment and then press the feet to the back of the mat and feel how your chest moves towards your chin. And both are right. And then release the arms and slowly roll down. Take a moment, a few breaths before we move into the next option, wheel. So you can stay with the first like we just did, or bring the fingertips, face them towards your shoulders. And then from here, you can either press straight up, belly button to the sky, or you can come to the top of the head first and then press up from there. The feet are pressing away, chest is moving over your wrists. And then release. Gently taking a few breaths before we do our last one. All right, fingers in place, hands in place, and however you want to get there, press it up, or just do bridge, however, or just take a break, maybe even 2, that's cool. And then come on out, knock those knees in. I'm gonna hug the knees in here and roll in the low back if that feels good to you. And take a time to grab a little happy baby outside edges of the feet, knees draw down to like the outside of your torso. You can always grab your shins to you or clothing, whatever works. You really want to be releasing your back and head in this posture more than anything. Just letting it go. And then the feet come down. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. Take that bottom foot off. Hand comes through the hole either under the thigh, around the shin. If you want to continue, you can knife edge of the foot, baby cradle. Hug that shin into your chest and extend that left leg long. foot. Come on out. We're going to switch sides. So, lift ankle just above the right knee. Foot flex. Take the bottom foot off. Reach your hand through the hole either under the thigh or around the shin. You can start to see if you can get the right knife edge of the foot in your elbow crease here. And if you can, then you want to try the baby cradle. The left hand comes around. And then you extend the right leg along the mat. And then you're ready. Come on out. Come undone. Go ahead and place the soles of the feet to touch and let the knees fall open and rest your hands on your inner thighs. And take a last moment here in Supta Baddha Konasana before we lay out into our Savasana, our final resting pose. And back any intention you have of letting anything go, letting go of old patterns that aren't serving us anymore. And put in the work and made the intention, and really it's about as simple as that. Just keep moving forward. Do your best. If you feel ready, begin to lengthen the legs out along the floor. Palms turn up. Find your Savasana shape. Find your most comfortable place here that you can just drop out for the next couple minutes. I'm going to sit and hold space so I can guide you out in a couple. But breathe into any sensations that may arise. Courage, relaxation with every exhale. Peace with every inhale. Enjoy. Begin to deepen your breath, and as you feel ready, you can roll to your right side and pause there for a moment. Just come back to the room and yourself. And then very gently, using your hands, push yourself back to a seated position. Congratulate yourself. You did it. Way to go. Notice how you're feeling. And thank you for practicing with me. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. Take care.